So today what we're doing wine braised lamb shanks. Some beautiful lamb shanks coming in from Liberty Delight Farms at the One Loudoun Farmers Market, brought to us by our friends at EatLoco. Gorgeous lamb shanks that I've seasoned with salt and pepper. And then here I have my mise en place all set up. Remember guys, mise en place is the French term for when you're getting all your ingredients set up together so you're ready to go. I've got diced onion, I've got large diced carrots, I've got diced celery, I've got a whole bunch of chopped up garlic, and I've got the remnants of last night's wine. All this is going to come together and create something beautiful, I hope. Oh, and some beautiful rosemary and thyme from the garden. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get these lamb shanks browning up. So my pan is good and hot, as you can probably see. So I'm going to start introducing the lamb shanks in here and getting them browned, creating that nice fond that we were talking about yesterday. Look at that beautiful meat. Isn't that gorgeous? See that color? We'll get a nice brown crust forming on them, giving them lots of room in here to play with, and then we'll pull them out and add the vegetables. So to go with the braised lamb shanks, one of my favorite side dishes for these fall evenings, I'm doing a celery root puree. So I've got a still picture posted on my Facebook page so you can see of the whole celery root before I cut it down. But here I peeled it and diced it. I've also peeled and diced 2 russet potatoes. So I've got those both here together. Right here in this pot, I've got some chicken stock that I'm bringing up to boiling. I'm going to add the celery root and potatoes right there into the chicken stock. That's simple. Now this I'm going to let come to a low boil and let it simmer until the celery root and the potatoes are nice and tender. All right, so give me about, I'm thinking 10-15 minutes and we'll get back to you. All right, these got a beautiful brown crust on them. That's perfect. Now we've developed this gorgeous, real rich lamb flavor down there in the pan. So we're going to hit the cast iron now with our mirepoix. Mirepoix is that combination of carrots, celery, and onion that forms the base of any really good stock or soup. Why lamb? I happen to love lamb. It has this wonderfully rich, slightly earthy flavor that really appeals to me, but you don't have to use lamb. You can use this exact same recipe with beef short ribs if you wanted to. Beef short ribs are easy to find. It's a good, inexpensive cut, and they're a lot of fun to work with. You could do the exact same recipe. So take a look at this. Look at these beautiful colors. Isn't that amazing? This is the part where your house starts to smell fantastic. All these gorgeous colors. I've got 2 whole onions here. I've got a head of celery and about a pound of carrots, all diced up. And these are going to form the base flavors for this amazing dish. We're going to let these cook down a little bit, then I'll come back. Wow, these smell so good. Oh man, it smells like fall in this house. We got the windows open, nice crisp autumn air, filled with the smell of carrots, celery, onions, and that wonderful lamb shank all coming together. All right, so this is what we've done. They've been simmering here for a little while. I like to pick up a little bit of brownness on the veggies. Really tightens up the flavors, intensifies them a bit. So now I'm going to add my, my shocking amount of garlic. That's going in. We'll give that a little bit of a stir. Get the garlic nice and mixed in. All right, and here comes the fun part. Now we add the wine. So we're using almost a full bottle of wine in this dish. I don't think I hear anybody complaining. Ooh, drunken veggies, I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Mix that in a little bit. Now, I've got my herbs, my aromatics I'm going to add. I've got my fresh sprig of rosemary, my fresh sprig of thyme. Boom. Just like that. Now we put the lamb back in. Nestle those shanks down in there in that beautiful braising liquid. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is why I cook. Moments like this. This is the beauty stuff. Elizabeth, get a nice shot of this. Look at that. What I'm going to do now, cover it as tightly as I can with aluminum foil, and I'm putting it into a 300-degree oven for a low and slow cook. We'll see you when it's done. Alright, so the celery root and potatoes been simmering in the chicken stock for, well, it wound up being a bit longer than what I originally told you. Figure about 40 minutes, truthfully, from start to finish, to get the celery root and potatoes simmered down to a point where they're nice and soft and tender. Alright, so I've got them in my food processor. I haven't added any salt or any kind of seasoning yet. What I'm going to do, we're going to go ahead and get this just a quick little puree, and I'm going to add one of my favorite ingredients in this world, heavy cream. The idea here is to create a nice smooth puree that's going to go with the braised lamb shanks, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and hit it. All right, now I'm going to stop and check for the consistency and make sure that it's where I want. I see it's still a little on the thick side, so we're going to go with a bit more cream. I may also add in a little bit of the chicken stock that it was simmering in. I've kept that. It's on the side. I can add that in until I get to the consistency that I'm looking for. I'm going to season it with just a little bit of salt, and I've got some nutmeg. Just a little pinch of nutmeg really brings out those gorgeous flavors, particularly the sweetness of the celery root. All right, so we'll get this down to where we want it, and then we'll check back. Came out of the oven. House smells so good. You guys, you need to be here. Come on over. We got plenty. So take a look. We've got our braised lamb shanks. They're nestled. I love that word nestled. They're nestled in a bed of celery root and potato puree, surrounded by our roasted braised root vegetables there. I garnished with a little bit of grated lemon peel. Little lemon zest really brightens the whole thing up. Works as a nice counterpoint to the richness of the dish. This is comfort food at its best. Here we've got the finished beet and red onion tart, topped with some goat cheese sort of scattered around there. We're going to dig into that. Looks to be a fantastic comfort food meal for this beautiful autumn evening. We're going to drink some wine, we're going to eat some food, we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Guys, you got to try this. I mean, seriously. This is an easy dish. The celery root and potato puree, guys, that's 4 ingredients. 4. And it took me maybe half an hour to put together. Easy dish to make, and yet it's a showstopper because the flavors are so delicious. Give it a try. Bon appetit, everybody. We'll see you next time.